Hello, Amparo Real Estate friends. How are you? Thank you for joining us today. Today, we're accompanied by MJ from MJ Martinez Insurance. And MJ, we want to thank you for taking time out of your day, your busy schedule, to answer questions for our friends. And
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
of course, of course. So, our very first question is a very basic one. Why is home insurance required?
Why is home insurance required? Okay, if you have a loan, then home insurance is required. But if you don't have a loan, home insurance is not necessarily required, but it's highly recommended that you insure your property. Because basically, if you have a loan, the home is insured, the bank wants to make sure that their house will be, the interest will be covered.
Perfect. And so, what does a home insurance policy cover? For example, we know it covers things like, well, does it cover things like maybe fire, stolen property, earthquake damage, plumbing leaks, roof damages and leaks? What does it cover? What is
Okay, so that's also a great question, and it's a very frequent question as well. So basically, to give you a basic idea, a straightforward answer is your home policy will cover you for the what we call a dwelling. So basically your house, the shell of the house, right? So if your house was to burn down, then your home policy has a limit, a dollar amount to rebuild that house to its original or similar comparable state.
Okay.
To rebuild the house. Now, it also has a personal property limit. So that extends to everything inside your home. So for example, your TV, your dining table, your bedroom set, all that kind of stuff. Now, pay attention that if you have special firearms, jewelry, or fur, those are a few examples. They typically have a limit. So it's always a good idea to check what those limits are, because it could be that you think that your $10,000 diamond ring is insured under your personal property, but it actually has a limit. And sometimes those limits can be as low as $2,500. The same thing with firearms, the same thing with furs. So it's always a really good idea to check your policy. Now, after personal property, you also have a liability limit. It ranges, it really starts from 300,000. And in my personal opinion is, I hope that you don't have a $300,000 personal liability limit. But that basically extends to liability. So if someone got injured inside your home and they decided to sue you, that will come out of that.
Okay. So why not a $300,000 liability?
Sorry.
So why not a $300,000 liability?
I just always stay away from the minimums.
Okay.
Because I think that 300, if you were involved in a lawsuit, I hope you're not, but whether it was because of an auto accident or someone got injured in your home, whatever the case it is, I think that $300,000 could be easily depleted. And if you are someone that has, which the majority of us have, retirement accounts, savings accounts, several other assets. So the chances that those assets could be at risk are very high. Say if the lawsuit was, or it was a big event. So I always recommend, depending on your situation, at least 500,000, even greater.
Okay, that's an excellent tip. Thank you. I'm sure we'll find that very, very helpful. Last question.
Insurance agent, sorry. That's where your insurance agent, that relationship with your insurance agent really comes into play, because you want to make sure that your agent knows who you are and you also know your agent. Because if your agent knows your situation, they will educate you and recommend the products that would probably protect you the best.
Right. And I guess if something happens in my home, I'm guessing the first phone call I'm going to make is to my agent. Is that right?
Yeah. So that's another good point. I was telling you earlier today, I have a lot of customers that whenever they have a situation where they think that they might need to place that homeowner's claim, I'm the first person they call. Or with auto insurance, I am always the first person they call, or the second besides the police. It's fine. I mean, I'm glad people have a relationship with me, and I'm always able to help them. And even if you get into a small accident, feelings are always running very high, even if it's just a small fender bender. So it's good to have a relationship with your agent.
Okay. And,
Yes.
and believe me, as a real estate agent, I understand that as well too. So
yes, that's right. We are in the similar situation. Like, it is so important for you to get to know your client, right? Yeah.
Absolutely. It's interesting when our clients if they have an issue, they call.
Yeah. I remember car shopping a few years ago. My daughter was like 2, and I was shopping for an SUV, and the salesperson was like, "Have you checked out the Fiats?" And I'm like, no, because I have a kid and I need to be able to put a car seat in my vehicle. So, yeah.
And then just the last question, maybe it's more of a tip for us as a real estate agent.
Yeah.
When we're in the process of helping somebody, a client, buy a house, when do you recommend us to have them start searching for home insurance?
Where do I recommend to search for home insurance?
When?
Right here. Oh, when? Oh.
Okay, where and when?
Right here. I'm right here. Do you see me? When? So.
As soon as we go under contract, closer towards the closing, when do you think?
So I'm not a real estate expert, but from experience, what I've seen working with lenders and agents like yourself, I think it's highly recommended that you begin that process when you go under contract. Okay. I mean, I don't see a disadvantage of calling your insurance agent and having them quote you a potential home that you're looking to buy, but I probably wouldn't do that. I would probably start shopping once I'm under contract. Okay. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Time. You know, one thing we forgot to mention was earthquake.
That's right, earthquakes. We've been experiencing earthquakes in the last couple of months, so people probably think they're covered by earthquake damage. So, what do you have to say on this?
Okay, so it's a very hot question lately. So most policies, or actually no policy, has earthquake insured or coverage included unless you actually called your agent and requested that coverage to be added to your policy. A lot of people stay away from earthquake coverage because it does tend to be a little pricey. I can't tell you exactly how much it would be because there's so many factors that go into that, but it's definitely worth a shot calling your agent, calling me, and I can tell you how much it would run you for. But earthquake coverage, it is not included in your basic policy.
Good to know. Thank you so much for that.
Yeah.
MJ, thank you so much for taking time and answering our questions for our friends. If anybody has questions or needs home insurance or any type of insurance services, where can they contact you?
Yeah, you can contact me over the phone, via phone. My phone number is 801-540-2406. My office is located in Centerville. You can look me up under MJ Martinez, and I'm also a very mobile agent, so I can come to you, I can come to your house, and there's a lot of things that can be done over the phone as well. So once again, my phone number is 801-540-2406.
Okay, and those of you that are friends of mine on Facebook, you can look on there and find MJ as one of my friends. You
Find
can
me
click on her link.
Yes,
right.
Find me on Facebook under MJ Martinez.
Very well. And friends, those of you that have needs or have questions regarding real estate, don't hesitate to contact me, Jesse, at 801-921-0593, or Amalia at 385-439-4569, where our priority is you. MJ, thanks again. Until
Thank
next
you.
time.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Bye.